Okay, so once again, good evening, everyone. So for today, we're going to discuss, of course, the uh, week number 1, no, that is Introduction to Administrative Processes and Organizational Behavior. Okay, so okay, so for today, no, we're going to have an introduction, of course, of the organizational behavior. So the organizations are defined by how people and teams interact within the work environment, and this interaction directly impacts organizational operations. So business analysts, and experts study the organizational behavior to understand how people interact and what is organizational behavior and why it is important, no? So to the concept of organizational behavior explain how employees, management, and customers interact, no? The theories of organizational behavior are applied to improve operational efficiency. But what is organizational theory? So organizational theory helps business expert and analysts to investigate social organization and company operations. Okay, so initially, no, psychology was developed using the mental thinking expressed by persons interested in developing the subject of psychology. Now, this will be the theoretical frameworks actually or perspective in psychology, because it is important for us to understand the theoretical frameworks of an organizational behavior, no? So John B. Watson, no, differed from the approach, and he pioneered the approach in which visible behavior and visible environment stimulus became the subject of the study. So another person is Skinner. No, Skinner developed this behavioristic framework further by bringing in the contingent environment consequences. So behavior is not the outcome of stimulus alone, but it is an outcome determined by the stimulus as well as the contingent environmental consequences of a behavior. So this means there are alternative behaviors for the same stimulus, and which behavior is exhibited by a person depends on expected environmental consequences. So cognitive perspective on psychology perspective have developed by arguing that human beings are capable of thinking and concepts related to thinking, but be brought into the subject of psychology whose objective is to explain behavior. Even though one cannot see or observe thinking, no? Still developing concepts related to thinking and using the concept to explain the behavior is required in psychology. So similarly, one concepts, no, related to thinking or cognition are to be developed and used in psychology was the argument of proponents of cognitive approach to psychology. So the perspective in psychology have influenced the development of organizational behavior. No. So when it comes to cognitive framework, cognitive approach emphasizes the positive and free will aspect of human behavior and uses concepts such as expectancy, demand, and intention. Cognition can be simply defined as the act of knowing an item of information. So in cognition framework, cognitions precede behavior and constitute input to the person's thinking, perceptions, problem solving, and information processing. So the work of Tolman, no, or Edward Tolman, can be used to represent the cognitive theoretical approach. Now, according to Tolman, learning consists of the expectancy that a particular event will lead to a particular consequence. And this cognitive theory or concept of expectancy implies that organism is thinking about or is conscious or aware of the goal and result of a behavior exhibited by it. It means that a person desired a goal and also knows the behavior that will lead to achievement of the goals. So in the subject of organizational behavior, cognitive approach dominates the units of analysis okay. So as I mentioned, no, again, as I mentioned, no, in cognitive framework, cognition precedes behavior and constitute input into the person's thinking, perception, problem solving, and information processing. So a while ago, no, I mentioned that it means that a person desired a goal and also knows the behavior that will lead to achievement of the goals. No, so the behavioristic framework, no, pioneer behaviorist, no, Ivan Pavlov and John B. Watson stress the importance of studying observable behaviors instead of the elusive mind. So the two of them advocated the behavior could be best understood in terms of stimulus and response. They examined the impact of stimulus and felt that learning occurred when the stimulus and response, no, connection was made. So modern behaviorism that marks its beginning with Skinner advocates that behavior in response to the stimulus is contingent in environmental consequences. Thus, it is important to note that behavioristic approach is based on observable behavior and environmental variables, which are also observable. When it comes to social cognitive framework, the social learning theory takes the positions that behavior can best be explained in the terms of continuous reciprocal interaction among cognitive, behavioral, and environmental determinants. So the person and the environmental situation do not function as independent units, but in conjunction with the behavior itself, reciprocally interacts to determine behavior. So it means that cognitive variables and environmental variables are relevant, but the experiences generated by previous behavior also partly determine what a person becomes and can do, which in turn affects subsequently behavior. So a person cognition or understanding changes according to the experience of consequences of a past behavior. So how about the administrative processes, or what is the administration processes? Administration processes are the backbone of any organization. It is a comprehensive system that help to plan, supervise, and control the organization activities. So from creating and managing budgets to hiring and managing staff, administration processes help business make sure everything is running smoothly. In this discussion, we will explore what administration process is and why it is important and how you can use it to improve your business operations. We will also look at some example of effective administrative processes in different organizations so that we can get an idea of how they work and apply them to your own business. So the administration process is the lifeblood of any organization. It is the process by which decisions are made, tasks are assigned and completed, information is gathered and disseminated, and resources are allocated. In short, it is the process by which an organization gets things done. There are many different models now of administrations, but all share a common goal: to ensure that an organization runs smoothly and efficiently. The most popular model of administration is the bureaucratic model, right? Which is characterized by a hierarchical structure clear lines of authority, and rigid rules and procedures. Ito yung tinatawag natin na protocol, no? So from higher ups, then middle, then yung sa operational, then yung talagang mga nasa laylayan katulad namin, no? So the bureaucratic model is not the only option. However, there are also more flexible models such as the matrix model and the project management model. Each has its own advantages and disadvantages. So it's important to choose the right model for your organization. No matter what model you choose, there are certain best practices that will help you run your administration process effectively. This includes setting clear goals, communicating regularly with all stakeholders, no? Document everything carefully, and maintaining accurate records. No? By following these best practices, you can ensure that your administration process runs like a well-oiled machine. And there are three main stages of administration process. Now, the three main stages of administration process, number one, pre-administration. When we say pre-administration, this is the stage where the process of administration is initiated and documents are gathered. Number two is the administration itself. This is the stage where the actual administration process takes place. It means to say that the administrator will reviewing the documents and making decisions. Then, post-administration. This is the stage where the administrator completes the administration process and prepares for any appeals that may be filed. The 5 steps in an effective administration process. An effective administration process is vital to the smooth operations of any business. So by definition, administration is the process of work managing a business or organization. And there are 5 steps, as I mentioned, as an effective administration process. Number one, of course, is the planning. This is the first and most popular step in any effective administration process. Without a clear plan, it will be difficult to manage a business or organizations effectively. After planning, of course, organizing. Once a plan is in place, the next step is to organize resources and create system to implement the plan. This step is crucial, no, to ensuring that the plan is executed efficiently and effectively. Next will be the stopping. Stopping, of course, refers to the process of hiring and training employees to carry out the task assigned to them. And this step is essential to ensuring that the workforce has the skills and knowledge necessary to perform their duties effectively. Afterwards, directing. No? Directing naman involves providing guidance and directions to employees so that they can carry out their tasks according to the plan. These steps helps ensure that all activities are carried out in a coordinated manner and that goals are achieved efficiently. Okay? Then lastly, of course, the controlling. When we say controlling, it refers to the process of monitoring progress and making changes as necessary to ensure that objectives are met. These steps allows business or organizations to make adjustment as needed so that they can continue operate smoothly and effectively over time. So, maybe somebody were asking, what are the benefits of an administration process? The administration process is a set of activities that an organization uses to manage its internal operations. So, the purpose of an administration process is to improve efficiency and effectiveness within the organizations. So, an effective administration process can help an organization to achieve its goal by streamlining its operation and improving communication between different departments or agencies. Now, there are many benefits that an organization can reap from implementing an effective administration process? Number one, it could improve efficiency, because I believe that an effective administration process can help to streamline an organization's operations, making it more efficient by eliminating unnecessary steps in improving communications between departments. An organization can save time and money. It can improve effectiveness, because an effective administration process can also improve the effectiveness of an organization by setting clear goals and objectives and providing employees with the resources they need to achieve those goals. An organization can increase its chances of success. Another thing, increase customer satisfaction. An effective administration process can lead to increased customer satisfaction. When customers receive prompt, accurate service from an organization, they are more likely to be satisfied with the overall experience. Greater employee satisfaction. No? Employees who feel like they are part of a well-run organization are more likely to be satisfied with their jobs. So, an effective administration process can create a positive work environment where employees feel valued and appreciated. Again, an overall administration process can provide numerous benefits for an organization by streamlining operation and increasing communication. An organization can improve its efficiency and effectiveness. But there is certain challenge, of course. The challenges of implementing an administration process. As I mentioned, no, there are many challenges that come along with implementing an administration process. Perhaps the most difficult challenge is getting all of the stakeholders on board with the plan. Another challenge is that ensuring that process is efficient and effective while still being flexible enough to accommodate changing needs. Additionally, it can be tricky to strike the right balance between automation and manual process. Another big challenge na nakikita ko dyan is maintaining compliance with ever-changing regulations. And of course, right now, I think everybody are aware with cybersecurity. Cybersecurity Act of 2012, Cybercrime of 2012, Data Privacy Act of 2012, and a lot more. And of course, no matter how well you plan and prepare, there's always the possibility of unforeseen obstacle arising. But with careful planning and execution, these challenges can be overcome successfully. So, the administration process is an essential part of running any business or organization. It involves overseeing the day-to-day operations, making sure everything runs smoothly and efficiently, while also managing budgets, no, and setting goals for the future. So, by understanding this process works, you can ensure that your company will remain successful in the fast-paced environment. So, take the time to research different aspects of administration processes to help us more organizations and of course on track, no? Dapat ganon. We are not only stagnant to what we had, but instead as what you did right now, no, you are presently enrolled and looking for that you'll be able to get something, no, from your classmate, from your from your professors, and through your some research activities and case studies. Again, administrative processes, no, and organizational behavior are essential components of effective business management, because these concepts, no, play a crucial role in shaping the structure, culture, and functioning of organizations. Administrative processes encompass a wide range of activities, no, and tasks involved in managing an organization efficiently and effectively. And these processes are the backbone of any businesses, as they ensure that resources, both human and materials, are utilized optimally to achieve organizational goals. Okay, so as I mentioned a while ago, no, we need to consider the 5, no, administrative processes, no, the planning, no, again, planning, setting organizational goals, defining strategies, and developing action plans to achieve those objectives. Effective planning provides a roadmap for the organization's future. Then after planning, as I mentioned, organizing, no? Structuring the organizations by defining roles, responsibilities, and hierarchies. So it involves creating clear lines of communication and coordinations among employees. 3 is, of course, leading, no? And guiding and motivating employees to work towards common goals. Leadership involves inspiring individuals to achieve their best in fostering a positive work environment. And we have, of course, controlling and monitoring. No? Monitoring progress, no? Comparing it to establish goals in taking corrective actions when necessary. And this ensure that the organization stays on track and adapts to changing circumstances. Organizational behavior is a field of study that explore how individuals, groups, and structures within organizations interact and influence one another. It draws from various theoretical foundations to understand and predict human behavior in the workplace. Now, some key theories and concept of organizational behavior, like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Now, I think everybody are familiar. This theory, suggests that individuals have a hierarchy of needs, starting with physiological needs and progressing to self-actualization. So understanding these needs helps managers motivate employees effectively. Another organizational behavior, of course, is the theory X and theory Y. Alam natin yan. So that is proposed by Douglas MacGregor, and these theories describe two contrasting assumptions about employee behavior. Theory X views employees as inherently lazy and needing strict control, while theory Y assumes employees are motivated and can be self-directed. Asang theory kayo? Theory X or theory Y? Okay. Looking forward, nasa theory Y tayo, no? Another is the social exchange theory. This theory explore the relationship between individuals and their organizations. It posits that employees engage in a give and take relationship with their employers where they exchange effort and commitment for rewards and recognitions. Another is the contingency theory. The contingency theory, on the other hand, emphasizes that the effectiveness of management practices depends on the specific situation and context. I just want to remind everyone, there is no one-size-fits-all approach, and managers must adapt their strategies to fit that circumstances. Now, administrative processes, as I mentioned, are integral to business management because they provide the framework for applying organizational behavior principle effectively. Some administrative processes contribute to successful business management. Number one, alignment with organizational goals. Administrative processes helps ensure that all activities within our organizations are aligned with its goals and objectives. This alignment ensures that the organization is working toward a common purpose. Number two, efficiency and productivity. Properly executed administrative processes enhance efficiency by streamlining operations, reducing redundancy, and optimizing resource allocation. This in turn boosts overall productivity. Number three, effective leadership and motivation. Administrative processes support leadership and motivation by providing a structured framework for managers and to communicate expectation, provide feedback, and inspire their teams. And number four, of course, is the performance measurement and improvement. Through controlling processes and the organization can monitor performance, identify areas of improvement, and make necessary adjustment to enhance effectiveness. So, I think no need for us to discuss the historical or the evolution. So maybe we just can give I think you are familiar with Hawthorne study, no? This will be a radical notion. No? They thought they could use the techniques of scientific observation to increase an employee's amount in quality of work. No? And they did not look at workers as interchangeable resources because workers, they thought were unique in terms of their psychology and potential fit within the company. Over the following years, no, the concepts of organizational behavior widen, no, beginning with the World War II, no, researchers began focusing on logistic and management science. No, today, those in other studies have evolved into modern theories of business structure and decision making. So, the new frontiers of organizational behavior are the cultural components of organizations, such as how race, class, and gender or sex rules affect group building and productivity. And this study take into account how identify or how identity and background, no, inform decision making. Learning organizational behavior, no, academic programs focusing on organizational behavior are found in business schools, as what we had right now, as well as at the School of Social Work and Psychology. And these programs draw from the field of anthropology, ethnography, and leadership studies and use qualitative, quantitative, and computer models as method explore and test ideas. Depending on the program, one can study specific topics within organizational behavior or broader fields within it. So a specific topic covered include cognition, as what I have introduced earlier, the decision-making, learning, motivation, negotiation, impression, no, group process, stereotyping, and power and influence. So the broader ideas, the broader study areas include social system and the dynamic of change markets, no, relationship between organizations and their environments, how social movements influence markets and the power of social networks. So organizational behavior can be studied using a variety of methods to collect data, because surveys are a popular research methods in organizational behavior research, because they involve asking individuals to answer a set of questions, often using a Likert scale. Sometimes 4-point Likert scale, 6-point Likert scale. Before, no, ginagamit natin 3, 5. But when it comes to statistics, it is not reliable. No? So we are always using even number. No? Either 4-point Likert scale, 6-point Likert scale, or 8-point Likert scale. But most commonly, ang ginagamit talaga 4. So, the goal of the survey is to gather quantitative data on attitudes, no, behaviors, and perceptions related to the particular topic. So in a similar manner, companies may perform interviews to gather data about individual experiences, attitudes, and perception. And company can also gather data without directly interacting with study subject, because observations involve watching individuals in real-life setting to gather data on their behaviors, interactions, and decision-making processes. Meanwhile, a company or organizations can perform case studies to perform an in-depth examination of a particular organization's group or individual. In situations where there isn't really precedent, organizations can study organizational behavior by running experiments, no, by manipulating one or more variables at a time to observe the effect of a particular outcome, and a company can get the best sense of how organizational behavior tweaks, no, can change employee disposition. So, organizational behavior and human resource. Organizational behavior is an especially important aspect to human resources, because by better understanding how and why individuals perform in a certain way, organizations can better recruit, retain, and deploy workers to achieve its mission. So, the specific aspect of organizational behavior relating to human resource, of course, is recruitment. Organizational behavior research is used to identify the skills, the abilities, and traits that are essential for a job. This information is used to develop job descriptions, selection criteria, wait lang, Okay. So again, as I mentioned, this information issued to develop job description, selection criteria, and assessment tools to help human resource managers identify the best candidates for a position. And this is especially true for roles that may have technical aspect but rely heavier on soft skills. Because actually, this will be the main problem right now, no? Di ba? Then training, no? Organizational behavior can be used to design and deliver training and development programs that enhance employees' skills. These programs can focus on topics such as communication, leadership, teamwork, and diversity and inclusion. In addition, organizational behavior can be used to better understand how each individual may uniquely approach a training, allowing for more customized approaches based on different styles. And of course, performance management. Organizational behavior is used to develop performance management system that align employee goals with organizational objectives. And this system often include performance metrics, feedback mechanisms, and performance appraisal processes. So I believe that by leveraging organizational behavior, a company can better understand how its personnel will look or will work towards common goals and what can be achieved. Organizational behavior is also possible to use in employee engagement. It is used to develop strategies, no, to improve employee engagement and motivation. These strategies, no, can include recognition, reward programs, employee involvement initiatives, and career development opportunities. Due to the financial incentives of earning a paycheck, no, organizational behavior strives to go beyond incentivizing individuals with a paycheck and understanding ways to enhance the workplace with other interests. And of course, whether we like it or not, culture. Organizational behavior research is used to develop and maintain a positive organizational culture. And this includes devising strategies that support employee well-being, trust, and shared vision for the future. As each individual may act in their own unique manner, it is up to organizational behavior to blend personalities, integrate backgrounds, and bring people together for a common cause. Now, maybe some of you are asking about, now, Prof, how will be able to differentiate the organizational behavior and organizational theory? Organizational behavior and organizational theory are related fields of study, but they have some important differences. While organizational behavior is concerned with understanding and improving the behavior of individuals, organizational theory is concerned with developing and testing theories about how organizations function and how they can be structured effectively. Organizational theory draws on concept and theories from economics, no, sociology, political science, and other social sciences. It aims to understand how organizations are structured and how they operate. It's in some aspect, organizational behavior can be considered as a subset of organizational theory. Both fields are important for understanding and improving organizational performance, and they often overlap in their research topics and methods. However, organizational theory is often much broader and does not focus on individuals. So why organizational behavior is important? Yes, of course. Organizational behavior describe how people interact with one another inside of an organization, such as business. And this interaction subsequent influence how the organizational itself behaves and how will it perform. So for business, organizational behavior is used to streamline efficiency, improve productivity, and spark innovation to give firms a competitive advantage. So the bottom line here is that organizational behavior is the study of human behavior in an organizational setting. And this include how individuals interact with each other in addition to how individuals interact with the organization itself. Organizational behavior is a critical part of a human resources through although it is embedded across a company. So I think that's it for topic number 1. Okay, do you have any additional inputs? Or do you have any questions? Or do you want to share something about your agency related to organizational behavior? What are the challenges right now in your present organization? Not mentioning any name or any positions. What are the challenges? What are the culture that you have right now in your organizations? And if you are the boss or if you are the employee, how you'll be able to address this concern or issues, or how you'll be able to communicate this type of concerns? Meron ba? May gusto bang mag-share? Wala, nahihiya pa. First meeting eh. Okay, so I think that's it. May I request everyone to please turn on your camera para mag-attendance tayo. Next meeting yung next presenter please Kasi pag ako nagdi-discuss, summary na lang yon. Hindi na ako nagdi-detail. Okay? So basic naman yon kasi common administrative processes, organizational behavior, kasi chapter 1 pa lang. So looking forward that the presenter next meeting ay available na. Okay? So 1, 2, 3. Okay na po. So if you don't have any question, verifications, thank you so much for attending our class. And this time, you will be able to prepare your presentation for next meeting. Ano po? Eh, medyo haggard na lang si Doc. Pero tomorrow ay bye-bye.
Thank you, Doc.
Okay, sige. May question ba? Wala na? O sige, bye-bye po.
Thank you po, Doc.
Bye-bye.
Salamat po.
Magluto na rin yung mga nanay, nagugutom na yung mga anak nyo. Nangangalabit na sa likod. Sige.
Hi, sir.
Hi
Pwede
po.
po kami makahingi ng record nitong
May
sir?
nag-record na classmate kayo? Sino ba nag-record?
Ako yun, kaso ko nagkulang.
Sige, sige. I-send ko na lang sa Google Drive doon sa link natin, ha?
Okay po, sige
Okay,
po. Thank you po.
Okay, sige.
Okay po, thank you.
Thank you, Doc.
Bye-bye po.
Thank you po.
Bye-bye po. Thank you din po.